Alright, today we're going to be playing Soul Zero. It's a Mars colonization game. It's only $5 on sale right now on Steam. Just came out. We're going to play at the, we're going to land on the Gusev crater. Meteorites and dust storms? Hell yeah. It's just like the Martian. Alright, now the first thing we need to do is load up what we're going to launch. As you see, we have 6,000 kilograms right now out of 7,000 kilograms. That's to demonstrate basically the whole spacecraft and all the rocket fuel mostly. So weight is at a premium here. You only have so much mass on this this aircraft. Now the first thing we want to do is send an unmanned expedition to explore. I'm only going to send one rover. There's some great recommendations over here. So in fact, I'm going to pick number 2. What this will give us is a small rover to explore. They're super important. You have to send one of these first. This will find all the resources for you. This next thing is a methane extractor, and basically what this is, it's a temporary thing, but it'll allow the lander to come back, which is important mostly because it gets rid of the lander, because the lander takes up a lot of space on the surface. Funny enough, space is at a premium on a planet with no life. Now, the rest of the weight is taken up by some food, water, and supplies. The rover won't need any of that, but it's just to get some stuff up there for future astronauts. It's pretty cool. The graphics aren't amazing, but it's pretty nice. Did I mention it's made by one developer? Can't imagine how much hard work was put into this. It really reminds me of Banished, which also only had one developer. They're both pretty similar with the city simulation too. Alright, now these boulders are a real pain in the butt. You can't build anything with those boulders in the way, and they block your guys from moving too. So we're gonna land here. Pretty fast flight to Mars, huh? Now you can toss this thing out, it'll start getting fuel for the lander to go back. We're not going to be sending it back anytime soon though. We're going to toss out this rover as well. These 8 supplies, they won't be able to do anything until the astronauts get here. Now this rover, what you want him to do is explore. You see how he goes much slower now? But he's analyzing stuff. In fact, he's already discovered something. Now, it says he's discovered ore, but you don't see anything here, right? Super important, you have to go to the mini-map down here and click on the top right. And it'll show you what he's discovered. So basically the red is ore, the gypsum is white, the clay is yellow, and the methane is green. And what we're looking for is blue. It's not on this list for some reason. We're looking for water or ice. It's usually found by clay, which is yellow. So I'm going to basically, water is like super important. If you don't find water, don't send astronauts yet. Wait until you find some water. I'm going to send this rover out. And basically, I'm just sending him all over, just kind of identifying the resources. And once I find a nice area, I'll have him go back and forth and check the area out even more. Oh crap, a dust devil. Thankfully, that's not near my stuff. Doesn't seem to be moving. We're just going to send this guy like all around the map until he finds some water. And you can even hit science on here and it'll tell you some info. This is kind of crazy. This is like a little spectrometer here. And it'll tell you, oh hey, we're by clay. You can actually visually see the clay as well. Oh, and clay means water. Oh yeah, look at all that water. Oh, freaking awesome. Okay, so we're going to change this guy's orders to discover all this water. Damn, that's actually a sweet bunch of water. Alright, we can send astronauts up with the next launch. So what it is we can send more launches. We have to wait for the launch window though, which comes every 120 souls. Now what a soul is like, it's like a day on Earth, sort of. It's basically the Martian day. Now the Martian day is about, one soul is about almost an hour longer than Earth's day, which is pretty cool. A little extra time there. And souls are pretty much only used for Mars. They could be used for any planet, but practically they're only useful for Mars. And just to be a complete nerd, I'm going to tell you why. Now, Mercury and Venus, they only rotate around like twice every year. So having 2 days a year is pretty pointless. Now Earth, we already have days, so we're not cool enough to switch to sols. And Mars has a sol, of course. And all the other planets are gas giants. And you can't really tell, like, when a gas giant is spinning, like, which side is spinning without having something on the planet itself, which would then be blocked by all the gas anyway. I mean, there's also Pluto, but no one cares about Pluto. And who would want to live on Pluto? I sure wouldn't. Alright, now that I found water, I'm going to send up one single astronaut with the next flight. The reason why I only send up one is because there's just not a lot of space to send up more astronauts and the food and water they need. Like, I don't think NASA would ever send one to Mars, but that's what works with this game. Alright, the launch window is open. So we're going to send one astronaut. So it actually tells you how much the astronauts need to survive to get to the next launch window. So it needs 240 kilograms of food and 120 liters of water, which isn't so bad considering they're there for basically like 130 something Earth days. So we're going to make sure we give this guy just enough food. With the food I've already got there, I just give him a little bit of extra so he can make it to the next window. Hopefully we'll have some food being made by then, but we might not, so we got a plan for everything. I'm also going to send him some water. Not as much water. We'll definitely get water going fast. And the rest of the weight is all going to be supplies. Barely going to send him any water. Now, supplies are super important because we can't build anything without supplies. And that's the whole reason we're sending the astronaut there. He's going to get some basics built. So hopefully we can send more with the next launch. Sweet. Actually used to live by Cape Canaveral. I used to watch the rockets go up into space. It's pretty freaking sweet. Occasionally they had even night launches, which were amazing. I know, I'm a huge space nerd. Alright, I've had the rover basically just explore around the area. It's not really... I guess he's kind of following what I told him to do. It looks like there's an empty area here. There's a lot of ore here. This red stuff's ore, so I probably don't want to build on top of that. Okay, now that we have an astronaut here, he can start using supplies. He's also using up all my food and water, so first thing we want to do is build a solar panel, because the solar panels provide power. And all the structures pretty much need power, even hallways. Is he gonna hit the rover? Oh, that was close. Almost a collision there. Okay, now that the rover's kind of explored this general area, I'm gonna right click to cancel the route, and then have him just basically do what I was doing in the beginning. Do just a casual exploration of the whole area to sort of figure out where all the resources are at. If we find anything good, we can, just like with the water, we can tell him to explore around the area closer. And by tell him, I mean click exactly where he has to go. Alright, that should get us a good, actually didn't realize how big this area is. I think the area where I started the base is still going to be the largest flat area. I'm most afraid to send him this way if he can fit through here. There we go. Okay, so the rover's got a lot of stuff queued up. That's why I only sent one rover, is because I micromanage him a lot. You kind of have to. Oh, wait, we already have a solar panel. Now, the next thing we want to build is a hallway. I like to start off with a 4-way. At least that's what I'm going to start off with. You don't have to. The reason I do this is so I can build off of all of them. You could just build a normal hallway, but you do need to build a hallway. I'll be building a straight hallway anyways. Oh, you know what? Actually, I lied. What I need to do is build a cryo tank and start getting all this water. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's gonna, well, she's going to die from lack of water. Sounded like it was a girl, right? She's gonna die of thirst very shortly, so she needs to build this fast. Please tell me it only takes 2 supplies. Oh man, this is gonna be close. Although it's kind of goofy if you think about it, it's taking her multiple days to walk back here to get supplies, but you know, it's a game. We could say all these structures are like actually super huge, maybe. Alright, she has like 19 days to get there. 17, 16. Okay, she's gonna make it. It's pretty close though. So yeah, the next thing you want to build is obviously water. This is a water collector basically. It also acts as storage. Oh, look at that. Now we're getting 8 liters of soul. She only needs 1. Oh, holy crap, meteorites. Okay, this might be a little dangerous. She only needs 1, so we have an excess of 7. So now we're actually building up a stockpile of water. How freaking sweet is that? Now the other thing we need is food. She has enough until the next launch, but we're going to want to start producing more. So we'll start off by building that hallway again. See if our rovers found anything useful. Oh, he did find some methane. That's the green stuff right there. That's used for rocket fuel, I believe. This white stuff everywhere is gypsum. I actually got no idea what gypsum's used for. Clay, obviously, is used to make pottery. You know, your astronauts get bored, they want to make pots. Alright, now we want to build a straight hallway. Like I said, you could have skipped the 4-way if you wanted to. We might be building a little into these resources, but I don't think it'll be a huge issue. Once we get these supplies unloaded from here, we're going to send this lander back. Copy. And I think now that we have the methane over here, we can start putting another, there's like a methane thing just like the water, that'll extract it, and then we can use it to fuel up these landers manually. Alright, now we want to put an oxygen generator on the side here. Every single building needs this. Basically, all the structures need oxygen and power to function. Even these hallways need power. Copy. And I think you have to manually keep sending them back to get supplies. Once I bring a forklift up here, it's awesome. Instead of just manually sending an astronaut to pick up 1 supply at a time, it picks up like, I think it can hold like 3, maybe even more, and it can carry them all automatically. It's a robot, so it's freaking awesome. In fact, I can even make these pallets, and the forklift will bring stuff straight to these pallets here. So I'm just going to place one over here, I guess. That way the astronauts don't have to walk all the way back to the landers too. Okay, so now that we have oxygen and power, we need to send it through these hallways. So this hallway automatically gets it because it's the one attached to it. We want to send it to this one as well. So basically, just got where these red lines are, that means no oxygen is getting through. Alright, the next launch is available. Now, I don't know if you can miss the launch window or not, but I definitely recommend clicking on that as soon as you can. We're going to send up 2 more astronauts. And we're going to send up, you know, actually we're just going to send up 1 astronaut. I want to be careful with my food. We don't have a single greenhouse yet. We're going to set up one of those forklifts, like I said, to help out a lot. They're super heavy, 600 kilograms. So that only leaves us with 300 left. Now, I want to send up food. We should be perfectly fine on water, as long as nothing crazy happens. So I'm not going to send up any water. This is almost enough for 1 astronaut to get through, but I want to build 2 greenhouses. So we should be okay. And in fact, I'm going to lower the food down. This might be dangerous. You might want to not bring the forklift, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, so I'm going to bring it this time. And I'm going to bring 3 crates of supplies. Yeah, this might be a bad idea. We'll find out soon. We'll find out really soon, probably. Now that pallet I build, the forklift will automatically bring supplies from the landers to the pallets. I think I was out of supplies anyways. Oh no, good, I have some supplies. I think I have just enough to make this self-sufficient. So now we want to build a greenhouse, which costs 3 supplies. It's quite a bit of supplies. And you hit tab to rotate your buildings. And I pretty much always play with the resource view on. You don't have to. It's nice knowing where the resources are though, since they're just, you know, imaginary colors. Now this forklift should get right to work emptying the pallet supplies over the pallets. I have no idea what this guy is doing. He's just walking around. You do have to hit automate on him. Oh, he actually has a capacity of 6 boxes.
Base, do you read me? So
he's super useful. That's why I brought him. Okay, we need to get another greenhouse built ASAP. Now this forklift's just going to come over and finish it, which is pretty awesome. I'm also going to need more power to keep all this stuff running. So let's get that built ASAP. As you see, I've got plenty of water. I'm doing amazing on water. I think I got lucky getting that much water. That's a ridiculous amount of water. And I might even build another water collector just to get that last little bit on the side there. It's okay building extras of these tanks because they also act as water storage. So you might want to build extras even if you don't have water to put them on, just to have that nice extra storage. Okay, now we need to connect the oxygen to both of these farms to get them going. And once they get up to like, I think it's like 10%, they start working. And this should produce enough food for both of these astronauts, so we're good. Now, I want to get this another 4-way here. I'm basically just going to get 2 more farms going. Now this thing should be empty. Yes it is, so we're going to launch this. Speaking of launching, what I should do is put a methane collector over here. Now, I'm not sure if it automatically detects, like, there could be more methane on these tiles. I don't know if it automatically grabs those with the buildings. So we're going to, oh, hello. Or we could use this giant source of methane over here. You know, I'm going to send this rover back here to explore this even more. I'm going to keep him on explore mode just so he can explore stuff on the way. I want to get a good picture of what's in this general area. Because we're going to start making a methane so we can send these landers back. Basically my next one's going to be all supplies for the most part, maybe 1 more astronaut. I think let's get another greenhouse up and then we can start stockpiling food. Now, I don't think the greenhouses themselves act as storage. However, you can turn one into, or you know, more than one, into a refrigerator. Which sounds to me like storage. We are also going to need more power. And it says my population is too low. Bring more colonists to prevent disasters. So I assume they mean like some kind of like mechanical malfunction or something, not like if you have less colonists, we're gonna rain meteorites on you. You probably don't want to open the oxygen to the atmosphere of Mars, because Mars basically has no atmosphere, so. The oxygen generators are kind of silly because they have fans. I'm not sure if that's even remotely realistic, but you'd also want some kind of atmosphere generator as well. We're just going to assume the oxygen generator does that. The Martian does such a great job of that. That's my favorite movie of the year. I saw Interstellar, Gravity, watched Sci-Fi's Expanse, saw the new Star Wars, and The Martian was my favorite movie of last year. Okay, I think we're out of supplies. That's why they can't build more power. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're in trouble. Can we power this down? Uh-oh. Please tell me that powers it down. Oh no, you can't power stuff down? Oh no! No, 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 no. Oh, it's okay. Even with our power being too low, we're still making enough food and water for both these guys. Basically, it's like 1 greenhouse per astronaut. I assume there's better ways later. I'm going to convert this one to a refrigerator. Yeah, these don't have any food storage, but the refrigerator does. That makes sense. It'll store 400, that's pretty decent. So we have enough to be self-sufficient with 1 more astronaut. Oh, there's dust on there. Let's see if they're smart enough to go and clean it on their own. I think they are. Oh, this one's going now. Too late. I already did your job for you. Alright, now we're in trouble. Now we're losing. Wait, what? Oh no, the water's freezing. What? Uh-oh. That's bad. Water's freezing. Oh no. Quick, quick, lander, lander. Okay. The water's not as frozen anymore. Okay. I gotta go get some more supplies. See, I probably should have brought supplies instead of the forklift. The forklift is just so useful. It's nice to have one. I would recommend bringing more supplies. Especially if you aren't sure you're gonna have enough. Okay, 15 supplies and another astronaut. That should be awesome.